overseas tours for the troops. I am not in the military, but I learned a lot about it by doing these tours. The main thing that I learned is that you should never go out drinking with the Marines unless you have a death wish, because those guys are crazy. I went drinking with some Marines about 6 weeks ago, and I have to be honest, I am still drunk. One guy handed me a shot. He said, "Here, drink this." I said, "What is it?" "It's jet fuel. It will make you see God." I don't want to see God. And another show I did, a Marine came up to me, and he was just staggering drunk. And as he wobbled over, he said, "Dude, I am so wasted that I can literally piss tequila." I can't believe I fell for it. It tasted nothing like tequila. It kind of tasted like Coors Light. When I go overseas, I fly commercial, and they have this rule on airplanes. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it, but there are people who still don't know. But they limit the amount of liquid you're allowed to bring on board. Most of you guys know that, right? But there are people who still don't know. They're like, "What do you mean I can't bring my shampoo or my super big gulp? Well, this sucks." And I admit, I didn't like that rule at first, but then I remember that I have a whole bunch of cans of old paint and used motor oil that I can't get rid of. So I take all that shit to the airport. What do you mean I can't bring my hazardous waste on board? Oh, look at Steve. I had car trouble recently. I don't know anything about cars. And when you don't know anything about cars, mechanics just make stuff up. I had a mechanic tell me that I need a new flux capacitor. And sure, standing here on Jekyll Island on a Saturday night, I can say flux capacitor, ha ha, very funny, that's from Back to the Future. But at the time, I was stressed out and worried about my car. And I was not thinking about 1980s time traveling movies. I was just worried about how much this was going to cost me. So when the guy said flux capacitor, all I could say was, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that. That sounds expensive." And the guy goes, No, the part itself is not expensive. The hard part is finding a flux capacitor for your car." "Oh sure, you can call every auto parts store in town and ask them if they have a flux capacitor." The pot is laughed at, you know. We're at the special order from Libya. And that's when I knew the guy was messing with me. Because I don't know anything about cars, but I know women. And I know that the labia is part of the female anatomy. I don't know if that's my best joke, but it's the one I think I'm most proud of. Because you can go to thousands of comedy shows, and there'll be some comedian up there like, "Oh, I don't know anything about cars, it's going to take a minute." But nobody will ever say with confidence that the labia is part of the female anatomy. I read an article recently that said that men who are married live longer than men who are divorced. Has you ever heard that? Married men live longer than divorced men. And the reason I'm telling you this is so to bring up the fact that I'm divorced, and I'll probably be dead soon. And I want you to know that if I am dead soon, that getting divorced was totally worth it. I knew my marriage was ending on last Christmas together because my wife gave me love coupons. You know what love coupons are? The little coupon books that couples give each other when they stop giving a shit. You ever try cashing one of those things in? It's impossible. massage coupon. She said, oh, not now. I don't feel good. I said, but it says offers valid any time. Now is any time. I would like my massage, please. And then she got mad and said I wasn't compassionate and sympathetic to how she was feeling. And while she was yelling at me, I played the automatically winning argument coupon. Yeah, I doubled down. But apparently that one was mislabeled. Because it should have been the automatically winning argument. It should have been the automatically increase the size of winning argument. Because that is what happened. And then we split up, and now I'm stuck with all these coupons. So every time I go to date with a girl now, the first question I always make sure I ask is, do you accept competitors' coupons? I think we're just early once we got married, because I learned that married women give completely different gifts than girlfriends. They do. And I learned that many years ago at our first Christmas as a married couple. It was right after we had just gotten married, and I gave my new wife the 3 things that I wanted for Christmas. And I still remember what they were. I said I wanted an iPod, which had just came out, the original Star Wars trilogy, and Madden Football for the Xbox. Now, if you tell that to your girlfriend, there's a good chance that you're going to get at least 2 of those 3 things. But if you tell that to your wife, you're getting 8 shirts and 3 pairs of pants. I was like, what the hell is this? This is what I wanted. She goes, yeah, I know it's not what you wanted, but I decided to give you something you needed. It's like, no, it's Christmas. You can give me what I need next month, because I probably still need it. And she gave me her list, and her list was nothing but clothes. And I was scared to get her clothes. I was afraid to get the wrong size, or the wrong color, or the pocket would be in the wrong place. So instead what I did was I got an iPod, the original Star Wars trilogy, and now football for the Xbox. I said, yeah, I know it's not what you wanted, but you need this. I had a health scare recently, and it made me do a lot of reflecting and looking at myself, and I realized that I'm a middle-aged divorced man with no kids. I have way too much life insurance. Because right now, if I were to die, everything I have is going to go to my sister, which is dumb. Because if she were to die first, do you think she's going to leave anything to me? No. She's going to leave everything to her stupid, lazy kid. Every time I ask, when are you going to go out and get a job, gives me the same dumb excuse. I'm only 9 years old. Yeah, she plays the age card. So I decided to have some fun with life insurance. At first I thought it'd be kind of funny if I left everything to a cat. Like some crazy old lady. Only I don't have a cat. So I thought it'd be kind of funny if I left everything to somebody else's cat. And even better if I don't tell them. They would just go out to their mailbox one day and go, why is there a check for Mr. Whiskers? And then they start wondering what kind of double secret life their cat has when they're at work. Whiskers, what are you doing? And I'm like, that's kind of funny for like 10 minutes. This is like life insurance. You know, I need something that lasts longer than a little short gag. I really want to change somebody's life, really affect it and make a difference. So what I decided to do was I decided to leave everything I have to the kid of a guy I don't like, with a note that says, to my kid, sorry I couldn't be there. And mine's going to be capitalized, so there's no mistake what I mean. It's to my kid. And if you're the kid's dad, who remember, I don't like, you're going to be thinking like, what the hell? Has this kid been raised their entire life? Does he not mind? And yes, look at a paternity test, which will prove he's a father, but he will have many sleepless nights before the results come back in. And then when the results do come back, he'll be all happy and relieved. Like, yes, the kid is mine. Until it suddenly hits him. Wait a minute. had an affair with Rick Jean? And he would confront his wife. Did you have sex, by the way, I'm Rick Jean. I don't know if you guys know that. Did you have sex with Rick Jean? And she'd be like, don't be ridiculous. I don't even know Rick Jean. And he would say, well, he obviously knows you. And their marriage will never be the same. Like, even if they overlook her obvious infidelity, he will never trust her again. And I think rid of the marriage of a guy I don't like from beyond the grave. There's a much better use of my life insurance money than giving everything I have to my stupid sister or some dumb cat. My sister told me she hates that joke. I said, what joke? It's not a joke. I can show you the paperwork right now. I recently saw a list of the greatest books in American literature. Greatest books in American literature. Does anybody want to guess what number one was? Somebody shout out a book. Great Gatsby, great book, not number one. Top 10 though. Okay, we'll be here all day, you guys probably won't get this. According to this website I was on, the greatest book in American literature was Moby Dick. Now, by a round of applause, how many people here have ever read Moby Dick? Now, the people who didn't clap, look at the few people who did clap and know this. They're lying. Nobody has ever read that book. It is horrible. It is 900 pages about how to be a commercial fisherman. The damn well, the one the book is named after, doesn't show to the very end. Look around page 875. And I've had people tell me, like, you're just looking at Moby Dick at a very superficial level. But Moby Dick, you gotta go deep, Because Moby Dick is all about the metaphors and all about the symbolisms. You just don't get it. It's like, oh yeah, you don't think I get the metaphors? A bunch of shirtless sailors sailing the 7 seas, searching for a white sperm whale named Moby Dick. I think the metaphors are pretty obvious. Moby Dick is 19th century gay pornography. But you see, being gay used to be illegal. It did. Like if a gay guy wanted to meet another guy, he didn't have Grindr or Tinder, whatever you people on Jekyll Island Club use. And he couldn't just go up to a guy in a bar and hit on him, because if he gets the wrong guy, he'll get beat up or something. So he had to be subtle. They had to talk in code. He had to say pickup lines like, hey, did you ever read Moby Dick? All right, thank you, Richard King. Thanks a lot.